videos chilling like a villain. What is up, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Vin Diesel, John Cena, and the rest of the cast of WWE? What's up, WWE Divas? Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? No, I can't because he's too far away. I'm probably in Hawaii or Waikiki or Honolulu. What's up, all my Hawaii Five-O fans? What's up, peeps? What's up, NCIS? All of my favorite CBS shows, ABC shows. What's up, Pippa? Just calling to check in. Hi, Ari. Hi, Suna. Hi, Camila. Hi, Avril. Doctors, lawyers, judges, the Supreme Court of Minnesota State and House of Representatives. What's up, Joe Biden? Joe Biden, Kamala, and your wife, Kamala. Who's your husband, Kamala? I didn't even know who you got married to since I last talked to you. CMMHC.org, I'd like to apologize for your problem of rat fink bastards trying to work at your community centers and treatment centers. It'd be a dream to go back because the food was a lot better when I lived there than what I'm getting now. I want better food. I demand better food. What is up, Cat and JJ in the Playhouse? Everybody check out this, hit on your QR code. This is the link for KCLD. It's www.kcld.com. Go ahead and listen live. Cat and JJ will start at about 5 or 6 a.m. I'm not sure what time they're in today since it's Sunday and it's worship day. What's up, First Baptist Cocato and Glen Bible Baptist? You guys rock. Hope my tax donations are helping people. I'd like to hear more about what my tax donations are doing for people's mental health services. No, I don't support expanding CMMHC.org any further. Yes, some group homes have opened. I'm just waiting to hear results of how the patients are doing. Hopefully, some of them are in recovery time and just need their space and time alone. I hope the holiday of the 4th treated you well, Dr. Erica Mitchell, but you're a transvestite and you have people shot up with too many shots. You can't walk around giving people shots of Haldol and Ativan and Benadryl because they're crying, whether their lungs are filling up with fluid or not. And you're aware because of an infrared sensor on a mental health unit. Unfortunately, what you can give someone a Haldol and a Benadryl shot under a Jarvis isn't extreme sleep or fatigue and a lack of chemicals that you can use legally to make them sleep. It's for extreme anger, which I had none towards your staff or your mental patients. So I was egregiously committed and then uncommitted, and now on a stay of commitment according to the press and the judges I've spoken to. So Justice Scalia, Justice Sotomayor, and just Chief Justice John Roberts, I'd like you to look into my cases again publicly. Not necessarily on national television, but do it on radio. For the ice is slippery, the sun is hot, the ice is slippery. Only the shadow knows. I'd like to hear the shadows replays and recordings again sometime, because only the shadow knows. Or maybe redo a movie. We'll see in August. I can't spend more until. So I don't know what's up with you guys out in La La Land or Lala's World out there in Howard Lake. And your world, La La Land and La La World, will not be built. Ever, Lala. You're the meanest mom ever in the whole world, Lala. Why did you have to give birth to Abigail Breitbart and have her son be Brandon Brightbill? And why did you allow those two to get married to each other, their brother and sister? I haven't figured that out, right, Brandon? And by the way, Let's Go Brandon had nothing to do with you. That had to do with something Avril was dealing with on a totally separate issue in a completely different part of the country. And how are you guys doing at Linus Tech Tips? How's Linus Media Group doing? I'd like to If you could hook up some of your production controls to Dr. Robin Molina's office, maybe she'd enjoy that. I'm not sure how she'd like producing with me or not, but I'm putting that on the table. She's a good friend. I just don't like communicating over with her over voicemail. Just because my life is private, even though I know my phone taps are going to the right place, and no one ever calls me anymore. Hi, Dad. Hey, Dad, are you enjoying the press? I'm not. And vote for me for Senate. Hopefully my super PAC will kick in and we'll buy some attack ads some more on Ilhan Omar's open seat. Hope none of my competitors had any children and family services disputes over what me and my wife went through, or wives with our kids over perceived criminal history when the people who were claiming I was a criminal ended up lying to my wives and my kids publicly. So that was very difficult for me. Um, those people were held responsible, and according to the press and media, they're now being held accountable and now still trying to contact me for favorability standards. Um, I'm not agreeing with that type of philosophy, but I do care deeply for their family, the people that are responsible for ruining my life and their false claims in that courtroom. And the people they choose to service and hang out with are just not my type of thing. Denise is very good with the developmentally disabled because I'm quick to temper, extremely low on caffeine, and not stoned. It makes it very difficult for dealing with the developmentally disabled or the mentally ill or the criminally dangerous. Unfortunately, and that's my job, so I walk around angry a lot. Hey, what's up, Rennie? What's up, Selena Gomez? How are you guys doing today? Justin Bieber, I'm sorry I had to be the sentencing judge on the case. That sucks, dude. Seriously, I feel for the pain in your family, and I miss your mom deeply. Selena, thank you for going and getting him before he ruined his damn life again with her. Hope he doesn't have any kids by her. I know you do too, and I know you still care about him, Selena, but it's time to move on from Justin Bieber and pop out some more Richard Witt babies. And go on a diet, Selena. You got fat, Selena. You're a cow. Get over it. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding, Selena. You're a gorgeous woman. You're a supermodel. Mm. Hi, Victoria's Secret. Hi, Playboy. How are you ladies doing today? Please feel free to share your images with me on DrFun1 Modeling on Facebook, that page. And DrFun1 News. How are you guys doing today? My constituents there in the WCCO newsroom. Please wake up with us and have coffee on WCCO 4 and Channel 9 and Channel 5 in the Twin Cities, Channel 29 or 10 on your set-top boxes, depending on what cable provider you have. Those are interesting channels. CNBC, what's up, all of you gurus at CNBC? Here's the next story that should dominate the press cycle. Please investigate what the Charles Manson cult did to their friends and family up until the point that the FBI had them scattered up and scared shitless. That's what perturbs the attack and causes them to do something. So just watch what you do, and that's what some of the staff at this facility are choosing to do. Not necessarily my parent company, but or any of the weekend staff. But there's a particular overnight lady I don't agree with that has constant combative problems, not just with me, but chooses to make friends with clients and then just simply ignores me and chooses to believe her mistress's Denise stories over mine. Since I don't drink, I don't know why I'm being called an alcoholic. And that has nothing to do with going to NA or Al-Anon or Alcoholics Anonymous. I learned how to abstain from drugs and alcohol a long time ago. So thank you for the bad press, Lance Johnson and Peter Marabou. And Alan Peterson, I appreciate it. Just helps me grow and keep stronger, and know that you were never my friend and only sought to use me for my wares or pawn my shit. I'm sorry that you felt that you needed to do that for whatever drug you had to use or whoever you wanted to get over on who I don't make friends very easily, and I still have to remain impartial, so I'm trying to attempt to do that. What's up, Judge Judy? You should go back after Avril Lavigne for those music videos to be redisplayed on either Sony streaming service or YouTube. And if Sony doesn't have a streaming service, Sony Entertainment, you should get on that. And Sony Music Group as well. I know the licensing sucks, but you have licensed DJs already employed by you that are very capable of making those sites for you. Sony Pictures and Sony Entertainment. What's up, TCL? You're very, very, very ill-equipped to deal with the cell phone market with Samsung taking market share, and I apologize for that situation for your particular company and your employees. I have not had a chance to try out a TCL phone yet, and if you are trying to send me packages or anything in the mail, please do not try. I am unable to receive my mail here properly. That is a result of someone claiming I have Kenyan insurance. I hope he has insurance for going to jail and trying to stalk people online or my friends, family, or constituents that are only trying to send me their phone numbers and messages. So I hope you're prepared for court, Peter Marabou. You don't get to decide for me or make decisions for me in my life. Only a judge can. And I'm on a state of commitment, which means I'm under my own power. And Peter Marabou, you do not own Joy Care Homes. Neither does your wife, Joy Marabou, or your ex-wife. Neither does William. Your employees act like it. You can claim like you own it just because you're employed, but you do not own the facility. CGW, hopefully you will be extremely blatant and honest with them about that fact. Just because they're employees doesn't mean there's co-ownership. And I'm sorry, Joy, that the Kenyan government chose to sue me, but as you know, the Kenyan government isn't my boss. And I still have connections there, Joy. Quite a few. I used to live there and in Northern Africa for a long time working for the Queen. So I'm glad that you like Nelson Mandela. I did too. What's up, BET Africa? How are you guys doing? Um, can't wait for some new music out of all of your music groups and labels that are attached to me. And if you're trying to send me a check for past employment or a production check from a licensed producer with a national production license other than Dr. Dre or Jay-Z, which I'm not sure of any other producers I've ever worked with other than sub-producers for both of those artists. Um, you can contact CGW offices and check out whatchamacallit, Capitol Records. Capitol Records, you guys have been fun to work for. I can't wait to record with you guys. Just make sure you take Dr. Dre and T-Pain under your wing at that company. They're great musicians. They know their shit. They're highly intelligent, have degrees. T-Pain, I'm sorry you don't like Ariana Grande. And the only reason why she can't visit me is because people lied and claimed they were staff. And the judge or the attorney that probably told her that is it's just for her own safety due to the type of clients I work with. Unless it had to be met off-site with. Plus, I doesn't like her either. I'm sorry you guys don't like her, but she's got a great singing voice and very kind and compassionate and likes feeding pizza to the homeless. Yes, Ariana Grande feeds pizza to the homeless. Can you believe that? She's a sweetheart. So is Taylor. They do a lot of charity work. So any charitable donations you want to hand to me, please hand them over to First Baptist Cocato or Northland Bible Baptist Church and Wright and Sherburne counties in Minnesota. If you'd like to make a donation directly to me, You can click this QR code up and to the left of me. And I'm not sure if you know how to use a QR code reader, but if you click that now, you can do that. Be for buying coffee and things like that. Eventually, when my rep payee finds it amusing enough to let me try it. And right down there is the QR code. So I still haven't had a donut in a year, so I'm pretty pissed off. My sugar and my cholesterol has got to be out of whack because I don't feel right. That's probably from being over medicated. Um, Good morning, the lineup Buffalo Hospital. Please have Derek Lee's Crabs report in on Monday afternoon between the hours of 2 and 3 p.m. Derek Lee has crabs, and JJ's got some issues. He has to be in the batting cage tomorrow at 7 a.m. instead of being at work, and Kat has to call me. So, Kat, please get a hold of me on Facebook when you have time, just to say hi. What's up, Wood? Long time no chat. Haven't received any text messages back from you. Uh, so either I got blocked or that particular text chain doesn't work anymore. Which means you're disassociating just because I just blocked you, which means no digital communications going out except for over Facebook. And Leighton group, thank you guys for being participatory. And if anything, you guys should be buying attack ads on my opponents, Leighton Enterprises, because I will raise your checks with my omnipotent power. So everybody should get a raise at Leighton. I've been saying that for years, just for the disgruntled people, and then me calling in mad, and then trying to fire JJ, which I apologize, JJ. I didn't know what you were dealing with. And you're taking the blame. You feel like it's your fault over people that just want to be really mean and have people stalked and hurt. Those people are lower than life forms. Unfortunately, I took the low road. Unfortunately, Obama took the high road and still sued. But do I believe in attack ads that they're possible to buy and if made correctly, can be weaponized against a targeted opponent like Joe Biden did to Donald Trump in certain key states? Even though Donald Trump managed to win Wisconsin during the election against Hillary Clinton, which I didn't expect. He just poured a lot of money and went to a lot of rallies there. So, Hillary, please encourage Joe to go on the road again in Wisconsin and the state of Minnesota and in Iowa. And Nancy Pelosi, please back up Joe Biden because I really don't feel like running for president, but for Senate I will, even though I'm a justice. The only reason why that is I think there's still more political change we can get about equality for everyone, and not necessarily this person has more rights than the other person, because we're all here equally. We all have lives. We all have rights. Even in a hospital, there's still a patient's bill of rights in the state of Minnesota, and it still has to be publicly displayed. Because those hospitals aren't doing that, those clients could therefore sue them. So just be aware that when you're opening up hospitals and medical services, those types of industries are ripe for lawsuits, and there are a shit ton of lawyers just grasping at the bit, just waiting to do it that aren't associated with any of the firms that are either owned or operated by my companies. Um, I've done it. Medical suing, it's not easy to get a malpractice suit off of your back. The only reason why I wasn't practicing and handing out referrals like candy to Dr. Children is she needs to work. She's old, fat, and ugly. No, I'm just fine. No, I wasn't really ready to perform medical science and just felt it unnecessary to do so. Plus, I needed my license transferred from the state of California from some of the other states due to my driver's license, which is restricted. And the only thing my driver's license is restricted for is because of vision. I have a visual impairment. And no, I am not blind. Bent corneas. Isn't that great? What's up, the original Mark Z? I'm awake, so if you want to call, call. Am I gonna be up all day again? Yes, because I slept all day. So please don't driver's me because I'm on a stay of commitment, Peter. Doesn't mean you can driver's me anymore. So please make the entire state of Minnesota's medical groups and all of the doctors they are going through and warn Nathan Lockhart. He is not a doctor and will be going to jail for a substantial period of time. And him and his wife Neil are now happily married to each other. I now pronounce you man and wife. So Joe Eidelman, I'm sorry about your attack, guys. And anyone at First Baptist Cokato or Northland Baptist Cokato that feels entirely wronged by this ordeal of what's been going on here with the political attacks at this season, we're not even anywhere close to October or September when these things are going to ramp up. And because of what they said, I'm asking the Supreme Court of the state of Minnesota and the National Supreme Court to say to the general public and make a ruling as soon as possible that if anyone buys that particular ad with that verbiage containing rape, incest, or murder, well, I wouldn't use the term murder. No, I'm not a murderer, technically, according to the government, since I was perceived as extreme remorse in a self-defense case when I was a kid, just due to what happened. Yes, it was excessive, but I was distraught at the time after what the person was doing to me. And no, I don't particularly feel remorse for that incident, considering the fact there have been child abductions where that happened at many a times and numerous attacks and stalking that other patients or clients or students of that particular school were unaware of, or on college campuses and universities across the country, or rehab for teenagers. Those places are rampant for abuse, and that needs to change. And in order for that to change, we need more lawmakers to step up and stop just throwing money at the issue and stand up for them and actually physically go there and make positive change. And that's not necessarily by making new laws, which happens on a daily basis here in the state of Minnesota with the Minnesota model and cognitive disciplines that are being taught to doctors right now, such as cognitive therapies, such as cognitive and dialectical behavioral therapy, which are extremely good therapies, not just for depression, but any type of schizophrenic or medical issues. Or even a sports or celebrity can learn how to deal with to deal with the political press or stress of being on film, which it bothers me having to do this podcast the way I'm doing it and not having the proper console. But I live this way just for a short-term basis of a year or two, a couple times in my short 40 years of life. As far as Hennepin and Wright County Human Services divisions should be aware, you should call Peter Marable and ask him where he is. Same with Joy. Unless KCLD's lying or they're lying to the judges, which I don't think they will lie to the judges where I'm hearing, but I'm hearing they're both in jail, which is good. They're responsible for their patients. They claim they own a facility in which they do not own, meaning they're trying to play the Kenyan deep game. So if the WCCO and ABC would like to pick up on that, the Kenyan deed game or the Kenyan bait and switch or the hustle and bustle of that, it'll be an interesting topic of conversation. As far as things like nude tech, trying to copy new tech, or boxes of hardware just simply being used for porno sites, I hope they crash on you and you can't get them upgraded because you're poor. Porn doesn't make money, and Playboy barely breaks even. It's just photographers' wet dream to get those type of women in bed. I don't even solicit them. The only thing I do is say hi to them online. I don't ask to go out with them. I get hit on all the time for hookups, meet and greets, and stuff like that, and I say no. I don't agree with them, regardless of what Taylor and Ari and Selena and Camila and Avril and the rest of them think. I don't go on dates very often. I do love the 16 artists I'm charged of dealing with. in charge of dealing with. I like them, their comments on Facebook, and yes, Facebook to me seems very impersonal. Same with Twitter. That's not a result of programming. It's because it's a box in my hand. It's not the same thing as a physical person. As far as live video content, that's up to the artists that are under contract with Republic, um, that have that problem, that don't like posting live video messages from their homes. Particularly, they view it as an invasion of privacy. What I'm encouraging you guys to all do at Republic, Sony, and UMG is to start podcasting regularly. Get a set schedule. Sit down and do it. Pay for your licensing. Get new tech, the updated version. Either the TriCaster Elite or the TriCaster Pro. I've checked out the specs. They're adequate. Linus just needs to upgrade them. As far as new products coming out from all of these companies with my name in the advertisements, I encourage that. As far as Asus Rogue advertising on national television and in Best Buy, I encourage that as well. I think all of the advertising companies should give me an advertising credit for my show, which this time will be a duration of 30 minutes. As far as making it to network television with this apparatus, it may not happen for a while until I can buy more ads, which I'm not sure when. So there are some groups that are trying to advertise for me that I don't necessarily agree with them advertising for me or claiming ownership of me or business partnership with me since I'm trustee. As far as sole proprietor of my trust, I would encourage that, Mark Zuckerberg. So if you would like to open that pending lawsuit, please do it with CGW law offices and Barack Hussein Obama on the telephone and Mr. Joe Biden. I've been trying to get sole proprietorship of my trust fund for a long time since my parents are dead. And the people who donated the most to it are now trying to siphon money out of it for their own ends, when they're supposed to support the companies and the employees that are in the trust. So who's ever siphoning off the money has to look at their legal aspects of this. One, you were appointed by a court system without me in court, in a kangaroo court with a judge that wasn't speaking to me directly or asking me for input. So that needs to be addressed, probably by Joe Biden and not Donald Trump. As far as my trustees go, you guys are doing a good job. So who's ever claiming they're in control of my trust and trying to withdraw on it from a WHMC address has to have that entirely paid back by the end of the day tomorrow. Or WHMC has to take out a loan or whatever they feel is necessary to pay me back in full and shut down the facilities that Rush tried to start with the money. That's why they work at financial institutions and shows an intent to rob them to start another medical group. They have no degrees. They did gain their degrees in a prison cell. That I'm aware of. The press has been saying that for a long time now. That's what Pornogate was about. They're the Epstein army. That part of their livelihoods is what got them in jail or in serious conflict with people. And being ridiculed by my current staff by Rush trying to get a hold of me or claiming he was my friend when he never was. Dr. Walter Rush, you are not my friend. You have never been my friend. You never will be my friend. Stop claiming you're my friend only because your life is in distress and you feel a personal connection to me because you met me on my property. Yes, I know you worked at a hemp garden in Washington State. Dabs is still illegal and will never be legalized because it contains meth. You're a meth addict, Rush. What else do you want me to say? Should I have Dr. Androff post more messages to you directly to your life? She can go on to WCCO anytime she wants. Having her filmed in a lock-in was not a good idea, WCCO. She should be allowed to tell her piece again, even at trial, with the camera equipment rolling, Bruce Rivers. It's insulin shock is what they're doing to people. In other words, 50 shades of gray. So, working in these types of facilities and this type of line of work, mental health and restricting movement and stuff from a group home is an extremely non-illegal technique to take care of a patient when they're told not to leave the house and do frequently. Do I? Yeah, I walk to the store. I don't want to own a car right now. Yes, I want a car right now, but I'm not going to ask for one from my attorney when they blatantly told me I have no court appearances until October, which I've been aware of for some time now. As far as the stay goes, thank you, Judge. Mm, we're now 31 minutes into a podcast and I still have no viewers. You guys all must be asleep. So whatever. That concludes our talk for today. You guys have a good day in peace.